Welcome to Emuna is our future with real happiness to stay home. We're home. That's right. Coming another class from our holy home in Yerushalayim. With big thanks to Rav Shalom Arush. Rav Shalom Ben Yemna should have a full refuah shlema amongst all the not well amongst Yisrael and the world. And please God, everyone should just hear good news and keep tuning in to our Emuna classes. We thank you again for joining us. And we're looking to be very real, but hopefully that it should head us in a happy direction. We shouldn't stay in this feeling of craziness that's going on, and it is going on. That's why you see me with a guitar. Very important to be creative. Last week we read a poem, and this week we're going to play a song. Now this song was written by myself when I came first to Shalom all those years ago, over 20-something years ago, and it signifies a lot. It's called Sing Along, which is what I'm going to ask you, whoever's tuning in, to listen and to sing along with the recording. Hopefully it'll be live, or whoever you share it on, and there's not going to be the audio. And also I invite you, I'm doing a free giveaway for my whole album that I recorded in the beginning of the 2000s when I got married in Yerushalayim. It's called Together, the album, and I haven't really made a big deal out of it in the last 20 years. I just wanted you guys to now, since everyone's at home and people are needing that kind of extra inspiration and creative flow, so we're putting it out there on the Unity Flow. Eli Goldsmith, I put the link below, Unity Flow. Shalom. And we are now offering it as an opportunity for anyone who wants to listen. It's on the Anchor app, which then puts it out to all the other sound apps around pretty much almost every format. So you can tune in there for the full album. It's about 50 minutes. And remember, it was, a little bit of a disclaimer that this song and that album was written, in the 90s, at the end of 90s. So it's got that 90s flow, and it's got that kind of studio sound from that time. So obviously we could always upgrade, but for where we're at right now, I don't have a studio in my house, and I pulled out this guitar that's actually a gift from Eliezer Kosoi, who I've been putting out his music as well on our Breslev Israel Emuna platforms, because his songs, he's a student of Rav Shalom Arush also, like Nissan Black, and he's also putting out a lot of music right now, as well as El Natan. We've been putting out his music. So Eliezer Kosoi's new album, Elion, which is called Miat Min Ha'or, is doche. It pushes away a lot of the darkness, and that's what this creative flow and this music that we're trying to bring into our homes. Since we're staying at home, we're following the medical guidelines, and please God, that should end this, COVID-19 should end this coronavirus challenge. And as we're struggling to keep that simcha and that joy, that will keep our immune level up, and that will give us the ability to go into Pesach with the right mindset, with joy. And thank you for tuning in again. So we're going to play this song, and this song was written at a time where personally I was transitioning from a more secular lifestyle to a more spiritual lifestyle at the end of the 90s, the year 2000, and I was going to a Breslev kollel to learn the Kutim Aron, to learn the Torahs from Rabbi Nachman, who we had his birthday, Rosh Chodesh, just the week before, and I was tuning into that energy then. And one of the big things is when you learn Rabbi Nachman and you learn his Talmud, Rabbi Natan, in the Kutalachas, you learn a lot of deep ideas, a lot of panemius, and it was creating a lot of light in my life. But at the same time, I had to, like we said, docha, to push away a lot of darkness that was going on. At the end of the year 1999, everyone was thinking it was going to be a world changer, but I think Corona beat the year 2000 to that. 2020 has been even more disruptive. So I was tuning into that kind of energy then, and I needed joy, I needed simcha, and Breslev, thank God, is a group which work on this. Rabbi Nachman ben Simcha, that's the father's name, so through simcha, through joy. So I wrote this song as a way to get people dancing, moving, so we can't right now go do it in the street or do it with large groups of people, but we can do it within our homes, have some joy. Pesach night, dance around, Shabbos night, when we're doing our Kabbalah Shabbos, we're dancing in our home with my wife and my children, we're having a soul experience of joy and energy. This should once again be dedicated to the healing of all those who need a refuah. Keep praying, everybody. Keep doing your mitzvahs. Don't give up. Keep strong. And we're going to play you this song. We are a people of a kind, will to find our truest sign. This place of holy fire and peace, this is our home. Yerushalayim will sing to all our children crying. Every time we sing, every time we dance, every time we sing, every time we clap our hands, every time we sing, every time we dance, all the simchas pouring through our hands, every time we sing, every time we dance. We form a circle as time goes by, yearning to defy the way of this world. As hearts come back to senses, they sing and dance, and yet feel very, very sad. Every time we stand, every time we dance, every time we sing, every time we clap our hands, every time we sing, every time we dance, all the simchas pouring through our hands, every time we sing, every time we dance. Our Torah is our path, shining to our moms and dads, expressing of our love, to uplift the past up from the dust. 'Cause every time we sing and dance, all the simchas pouring through our hands, every time we sing, every time we dance, sing along, all this simchas pouring through our hands, every time we sing, every time we dance. Na 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 ya na na ya na na ya. Sing along, heal along, dance along, feel the song, get along, stay home, and you. Ya na na ya na na ya na na ya. And then I, every breath we take, everyone we love, all expression of the one above. Every breath we take, everyone we love, all expression of the one above. Yeah, so that was Simcha, sing along. Everyone in their own way can express, put something out there, content. Everyone has, thank God, nowadays some form of way of being an influencer in your own home or to the people around. And music and soul and creativity and dancing and energy and positive content, positive media. There's so much, thank God, classes out there nowadays. There's so much positive media, which personally I'm bringing into my home and teaching my kids all different things. I mean, it's not really me, it's, I say me, my wife, my soulmate's doing all the hard work. I'm just like thankfully able to talk to you guys, and it really isn't her merit. And I played this song that I just sang now at my wedding. It's actually online, a Midnight Rabbi wedding. You can see it on YouTube somewhere. And it was, I look a bit different, didn't have such a beard and stuff. But anyway, the point was that you can really experience, the power of the soul through joy and through connecting. And now we don't have the wedding format, we don't have the bar mitzvah format. And I was listening to Rabbi Jacobson, and he should be well, and he was really playing, making it very good, very clear for all these beautiful young people who are going through a hard time with the bat mitzvahs as well, all the different simchas that they're not able to experience. He wants to send them a gift, or he wants to give a shout out to them on his line, Nissan Black. People have come to me, and we thank God we've been able to arrange a bunch of mazel tovs, and hopefully we'll get more done soon, of wishing everyone mazel tov, all the people that don't have the opportunity to have special people come to their bar mitzvahs, or their friends and family that they would have wanted. And everyone's going through some of these harder times, and I appreciate that guy laughing. Yeah, we got to keep funny, keep happy, and that's one of the big things. So even if it feels a little bit going out of our comfort zone, for example, for me to be able to sing and perform and let go, because I'm not like a famous musician. I'm really actually behind a lot of musicians helping people. I'm behind a lot of famous rabbis trying to help them, like Rav Shalom Arush, obviously, and led, and please God, now we've got Rav Elgrad on a daily level putting out his content, and right now he's giving us some insight into how to keep Pesach with the COVID challenge in a real way, like how to not let COVID-19 affect the preparations, but keeping it a bit easier. And he's a rabbi and a judge, so he can really lay down with his shoulders how we should go into Pesach. And I personally would say that Rabbi Nachman, who was against anyway chumras, being strict, for sure this Pesach, even though people might have customs and they should speak to their local rabbi, whoever they speak to, but the bottom line is that we all need to lower down our strictures and really focus on joy and good health, so we can have healthy energy with our family and friends, whoever's in our home, whoever we're sharing the Seder with. There's online Seders, whatever that means, go look it up. There's all kind of different things going on that gives the people, they don't have to feel like this Pesach we're alone. That this Shabbos HaGodol, before we get to Pesach, is a very big preparation for Pesach. And one of the reasons is because it shows the Mesiras Nefesh, it shows that inner strength, that power, even in Egypt, in taking their gods, taking their Avodah Zarah. Like I suppose nowadays it would be taking whatever the modern day. I mean, anything could be Avodah Zarah, but if you take it to strange worship, but to keep the worship towards godliness, to oneness, to loving other people. For example, even people outside are still making minyanim, or in the shul nearby. They shouldn't be doing that. That's not what God wants right now. And the big rabbis have already told us that. And even before that, the medical professionals. And we really got to just keep our focus on doing what really is going to be the most healthy and protective to our family and friends and for mankind, and to really pray for mankind right now, in a real way. And that's part of one of the tools we'll give you, is that we need to really pray. Obviously, we have Rav Arush, and we have the Garden of Emuna series, and he's a teacher for how to pray. And we also have, all the other wonderful speakers that we are friends with. Gedaliah Fence doing stuff with Michael Ben Melech and other famous speakers, and these wonderful people that we can share the light of what it means. Even if we don't look as religious, maybe with the big beard and stuff, we can still be teachers of light and inspiration, and give that hope and bring that light into our home. And then, of course, there are all the wonderful, lady speakers, and we have to also give the opportunity to our children to see how they can express themselves. I've been watching my children; they're becoming very nice artists, drawing a lot, and they're also doing a lot of cook programs, learning how to cook, and they're helping with the cleaning for Pesach. My daughter's helped a lot, do all my shelves, all my svarim, and even my room, thank God, is somewhat clean. That's from my anniversary, but it's nice. We get to be at home and experience what it means to be with family. And if we don't have family, to try and build that family in our larger circles around us, our circle of influence, like Stephen Covey we talked about in the 7 habits and our own version of 10 habits of truly effective living, to really bring out a more like positive circle of influence around us right now, really to internalize who we want as the people in our life, especially now we're in a more like seemingly secluded experience. Now we can start being more internal and start really making choices about what we do with our time, like we're saying. So we have some tools that sum up. We have creativity, we have the power to make music and art and express ourselves, say if we're more technically minded, to create some programs or help other people who need help with programs, or do some more like graphics to put out some good content, all this humor. Yeah, Rabbi Sachs was saying how important it is, how funny people have become. And even though obviously it's a serious time we're in, but to add that humor of all the WhatsApp chats and all the different posts people are putting out there, to allow people to experience a little bit of the the joy of life, of the fact that, and once again, God forbid, but there are people who have actually died, and it's quite a large number, and and we really have to like pray for those people, and the ones that have passed away, to dedicate our learning into their merits, so they should have a Gan Eden, a lit up afterlife. But even more so the people in this world. I personally have family friends, and they're not even Jewish. They're very, very special people that were friends of my parents till now, since I was a little boy, since I can ever remember. The lady's father even was one of the British soldiers here in Israel, so she had showed me once pictures of what it was like when her father was here before the state of Israel. And her husband unfortunately passed away, and he was fighting cancer for years and successfully. And my parents went on holidays with them and everything. And my parents aren't like me, they look different, but they're very good people, and they were with these people. And unfortunately, the husband went to my parents' friend went to the hospital and got corona, and that was it. After all these years of fighting the other disease, suddenly corona came and was a knockout punch. So it's this is a serious thing, and I don't want to go sad, but the point is that I got joy personally, like contacting them after all these years, reaching out to them through, now it's easy, through WhatsApp, and just giving my condolences. And I was told by through my mother, that the son's whole music career was inspired by when he remembers me back in the day when I had a band and I was playing more music. He was inspired, and he has a music career right now. So we have this opportunity, like with all of us, to be inspirations. And I've inspired this son of this father who passed away, and he's now has a music career. He's in a band. Hopefully when things get a bit more normal and positive in the world, in terms of like functionality, we'll be able to get more and more again events set up and music. And please God, even Emuna Torah and Rabbi shall have a full recovery. And all of you should keep praying and having that vision, like Gedalia said very well. We should visualize what it means, that what's going to be coming ahead, that things will be even better. Like the Seder night is going to be Mashiach. We're going to have so much light. From Shabbos Agodol was a big Shabbos. It really is literally a big Shabbos. Rosh Hashanah, we take the sheep, we take the God of that world, and we shech it. We end all the avodah zarah, all the pain, all the struggle that's out there. The COVID this year. Let's take the coronavirus and shech it and bring it to our as a korban Pesach, to bring it as a sacrifice to Hashem, so that we can just have no more of these these terrible diseases, no more of this fear, and just have chayris, freedom, true freedom. Remember, they have the 4 languages of freedom that we talk about, and we posted in our Breslev Israel. And Hashem really is going to take us out. He really is going to save us, and He really is going to bring us to Him. And that is the fifth one. The fifth one, there's 4 cups. The 5th cup we spoke about once, I think in Parshas Vayera. The 5th cup is the Elionovi, Avesi. Hashem's going to bring us the kosher aliyah. That 5th cup is going to bring us to Shalom, to the base of Migdash, and on that night we can visualize it. It says in the Midrashim, we should use our power of imagination. Now we have all these amazing guys sitting at home, like Trevor Noah and I know Ben Shapiro's in his office, but most people are sitting at home, or Wyatt Jackson, the Havda between rabbis and other people. But point is, they're all sitting at home and giving out amazing content. It's really fun and positive, and you have to keep your spirits up. You have to all the podcasts that are giving me personally a lot of encouragement about being creative and keeping the right right mindset and being strong and being versatile. We spoke about once emotional intelligence, being very versatile for this generation. Things are changing. The employment world's changing. We're going to have to change how we make business and how we put ourselves out there, how we brand ourselves, how we connect. With the Rabbonim as well, we're going to have to be more on live stream and do much more like connection one-on-one and personally. Thank God there's been a lot of people reaching out about Arush and his health, and people care, people want to connect. And there's been a lot more family discussion recently. We even made a family group. Please God, we're going to actually make it happen, a Zoom meeting of all my cousins. That's how I grew up. We always used to get together every week on a Saturday afternoon. It was a Shabbos afternoon. Now we can get together online, Zoom, even if we're all in different places in the world. One of my cousins even volunteered to be part of the NHS. Even he was a medical doctor and part of the different part of the business, and now he's come back to being an NHS volunteer during this crisis. And we give a big crowd of a big applause. Everyone should clap. You can do it on there, maybe, I don't know. I think it's one of the options on LinkedIn. It is. You can clap, and we can appreciate all the medical professions and professional people who are out there and giving up their time and risking their life to save everyone and to be there so that the hospitals are managing, and please God, all the people with the food supply are managing, and to constantly say thank you Hashem, to have that appreciation, that attitude of gratitude. And that attitude of gratitude will make the world a very, very different place. How much more we should give that to our children. And we even posted on our Breslev platforms, keep sharing what we're posting. We posted a special Ashayotza that you can buy online. Our office is still shipping out books. I personally got some Svarim. I got a Haggadah for my kids, just a nice new book, and a Likutei Moharan from Arush. Never actually had the new one with all the traveling, all the things. Never got around to getting one. So I bought one from Arush, the one he printed for Likutei Moharan as a protection. And also there was another book I bought, like encyclopedia for my kids. These are all things you can do, like stuff, opportunities, and you can order it online. It's in our Breslev website, still functioning. I'm sure all the other big companies, Amazon and everything, still going, thank God. And the fact that we still have food, drink, and functional life. And once again, the fact that I can even sit here talk to you is all thanks to my wife, and she's doing all like the hard work with the kids, and it's amazing. They have an amazing schedule right now. In a way, it's been even more productive than school. We hope the schools come back, but there's been much less pressure, and the kids are finding themselves. And there's always good in every challenge. So as a preparation for Pesach, we need to clean the chometz, all the Yetzer Hara, all the evil inclination, all the negativity, and the anger. That's the biggest one. We need to really clean off the anger we can have towards life, how we're making a living, we're angry, how could God do this? Someone was saying to me, the anger is just, it doesn't create any good, unfortunately, and we're all suffering from it. So we have to pray to God that when we're cleaning the chametz, that we're also cleaning away the anger inside of us, and that we should do things in a very light, happy way, bring a lot of light. The Or Gadol of Pesach night is such a big light that comes into the world. Like I said, that visualization of that third Beis Hamikdash, that temple with everyone surrounded by light, that was my vision personally. I had a song, Hine Ma Tov V'Naim. I didn't actually put it out, but maybe I'll end with it. But there was this idea of what it's going to be like when Mashiach comes. So, wow. We should really, everyone, be creative. Use this opportunity, right? We have to stay at home. That's the right thing to do. To use the time to do all the things that we never had time for, to be creative, to write that song we never had time for, to write that poem, to spend time with our children we didn't have time for, played a game of chess, lost to my children. I actually beat a bunch of them, and then my bar mitzvah boy almost, he destroyed me in chess. And that's the kind of nachas we want to have. Nachas, we want to enjoy life. And once again, if we don't have it at home, we should be able to do it with our friends and family, and online. And there's all these opportunities, and thank God the internet is still functioning in a positive way. Just keep sharing and giving out that light. So we went over time than usual, and I want to thank everyone for listening. So I'm going to just end off with Hine Ma Tov V'Naim. It's a song I wrote. A little bit like radio hit song back in the day. trying to elevate everything back to Hashem. Hine matov umanayim shevitachim Hine matov umanayim shevitachim gam Visualize everyone together, all sitting and dwelling together like brothers and sisters, the whole world. That's the visualization. We have to imagine what it's like when the Messiah comes. He's coming very soon. We have to bring that light to deal with our pain, to deal with our struggles, to help us with our game. And everyone who's out there listening should all be connecting in a deep way, soulful way. We have souls that shine, these beautiful souls of light that shine through our bodies, give wonderful, beautiful messages of peace, connection. All of us have that light, the light of Emuna, true Emuna, real Emuna. We should pray with Emuna. Good times ahead. Visualize. Just turn off the media a little bit so we can just tune into our soul's beautiful song. All of us, all our family, all our friends. Hine matov umanayim shevitachim gam lecha Thank you for listening. Have a beautiful week. A beautiful Shabbos Hagadol, and hopefully we'll have one more class before Pesach. Keep sharing all the love, and once again, remember, please support. We put out the link. All the poor people of Israel, of Shalom, who need that help. Rabbi Arush, Shalom, should have Refuah Shlema, and his community should continue to give out that light. And please God, also practically feed those people for Pesach with matzahs and yain, all the good things we should share together this Seder night. Please God. The Bias Shlishi Amen. Thank you.